A federal jury has approved the first charges in special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into the Trump campaign and Russia, according to CNN tonight. NBC News is still working to try and verify that reporting. The news may be of particular interest to one Democratic billionaire who attracted the rage tweets of the president today with this new TV ad.
He's brought us to the brink of nuclear war, obstructed justice at the FBI, and in direct violation of the Constitution, he's taken money from foreign governments and threatened to shut down news organizations that report the truth. If that isn't a case for impeaching and removing a dangerous president, then what has our government become? People in Congress and his own administration know that this president is a clear and present danger, who's mentally unstable and armed with nuclear weapons, and they do nothing. Join us and tell your member of Congress that they have a moral responsibility to stop doing what's political and start doing what's right.
That was Tom Steyer, who was the most prolific Democratic donor of the 2016 election. He used to be known for giving to candidates who back environmental causes, but now his cause is impeaching the 45th president, Donald Trump. And he's spending $10 million to air that TV ad, along with starting an online petition urging Trump's impeachment. And joining us now is Tom Steyer. And Tom, first of all, I have to get your reaction to the breaking news tonight. CNN reporting, NBC not confirming it yet, but CNN reporting that the first indictment or indictments may have been handed down in the Mueller investigation. Your thoughts?
Well, I think that this is a reflection of the kind of lawlessness that has pervaded this administration. And I think that we're going to find out, along with everybody else, exactly what those charges are. But I think the question will be not just what is the first charge, but where do they lead, who's connected. And I think that regardless of anything else, that has to put this administration into some kind of internal crisis, because the fact of the matter is they don't know where it will lead either.
Yeah, and you're not the first Democrat to call for the impeachment of Donald Trump. Obviously, Maxine Waters has been very vocal about this. There have been other Democrats in the House that have started to write up articles of impeachment that we know will never go anywhere as long as House Speaker Paul Ryan is in charge. But this is what the Democratic whip in the House, Steny Hoyer, this is his reaction to your effort. In an interview with the Washington Examiner, he said, "I think the leader and I have made it very clear that impeachment is premature at this point in time. It's not necessarily off the table at some point in the future, but it's premature at this point in time. If we start to see the Mueller investigation intensify, do you think that that helps make your case that Congress should act, or could the case be made, let Mueller finish what he's doing?"
Well, I think that obviously I believe that the case has already been made before Mr. Mueller has reported, because the fact of the matter is this president has met the basis for impeachment through already obstructing justice and the Emoluments Clause. From my standpoint, this is a question of the American people being at great danger in terms of their safety and health due to the activity of this administration, so that there's an actual urgency to impeachment. Yeah. But let me say one more thing, Joy. We aren't going directly to these elected officials. We're asking the American people to join us and raise their voices, because we believe that the voice and the will of the American people still is and always should be the greatest power in the country.
And should Democratic voters make this an election issue about whether or not they will support their member of Congress if their member of Congress will not support impeachment?
I think that this is a question for American citizens to stand up and demand that their elected officials go on the record and do what's right. The fact of the matter is, I think if you went through Washington, D.C., on either side of the aisle, they would agree that what we're doing, what we're saying, is the truth. But right now, people are scared to say it for whatever reason, and I really don't want to speculate, and I don't claim to understand it. But what I do know is that the American people are in jeopardy as a result of the behavior and activity of this administration. This president has met the boundaries for impeachment, and we need to tell the truth. And we're asking Americans, if no one else will tell the truth, will the American people please join us, which they have been, and raise their voices to say, we need to do this now.
And, you know, there's a way that you could put yourself in a position to be a part of an impeachment proceeding, at least a trial, if Donald Trump were ever to be impeached. Are you interested in running for Senate, sir? Are you planning on running for Senate?
What I've said, Joy, and which was true when I said it before and is still true, is I believe that we have gone down a very dark path as a country. And I will do anything, and I haven't ruled out running for office, to get us back on a path towards a much more just America and a society where we're more prosperous and healthier. I have not ruled out anything, because the fact of the matter is this impeachment campaign is what we came up with right now as where we could have the most positive impact in directing Americans and our country back to a better vision of a healthier, more prosperous country. And that's what we're trying to do.
And you did not charge in the ads that you are putting out that you're paying for that Donald Trump has committed high crimes and misdemeanors. You called him mentally unstable. Upon what do you base that?
Well, actually, if you go back to the original writing of the Constitution and the words high crimes and misdemeanors written by Alexander Hamilton, it's a question really of violating your trust with the Constitution and the American people. And the one that traditionally has been used is when you're obstructing justice, which Mr. Trump definitely did when he fired the head of the FBI for trying to investigate him with regards to his ties to Russia. So from the standpoint of high crimes and misdemeanors, I think people should go back to the original text, understand what the framers of the Constitution were describing, and understand that historically this president has more than met that line in the sand.
Yeah, and should Democrats run on, if you put us in charge of the House, we will impeach Donald Trump? Do you think that's a winning message for Democrats?
You know, I'm not doing this from a cynical political standpoint, Joy. I believe that our country is at risk, and I believe we should be telling the truth about this. So I'm not really doing the calculation of looking at polls and trying to figure out what's politically tactical right now. I believe that Americans should stand up for what's right. And I don't know what that means politically, but I know that in the long run, if we tell the truth and we try and do the right thing, that's how we get good outcomes. And that's what I believe we're doing. And that's what we're asking other Americans to do with us.
All right, Tom Steyer, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.